Hi, good. How are you?
I'm good.
Hi, Greg from the MC.
Lauren Keating, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. How are you today?
Very well. How are you?
I'm doing well. Can't complain.
Good.
So before we get going here, I just want to give you a copy of my business card.
Awesome. Thank
Just,
you.
if you need to contact me after today at all, then all my information's on there. So just
Great.
feel free, and I'll be happy to help.
Thank you.
And throughout today, I'm just going to be taking some notes. So if you see me looking down, I promise I'm not ignoring you or anything. I just want to keep us on track. So
No problem.
That's not a problem with you.
Fine with me.
All right, so it's funny, we both know Ginny, right?
Yeah, I know. Small world.
Yeah, it's a small world. Me and Ginny actually did a project up in New Hampshire, Plymouth, New Hampshire. Is that a bank called Woodland Savings? Have you ever heard of it?
I haven't. No.
No,
Not familiar.
well, we just collabed together, worked really well, and it went well, and it was fun. Now we have a good connection with each other. It's just
Yeah, she's
fun
good with
to have
financial. Obviously,
Yeah.
she works with us. She's been working with us for a
Yeah,
long
she
time.
is awesome. So for today, I just wanted to deliberately set an agenda because I know we only have 10 minutes, like you said, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So first, I just want to maybe uncover some of your needs and hear some of your current problems or some of the goals you might have.
Okay.
Then I think I have a solution that can help your business. And if all goes well, then we can mutually decide on the next best step from there.
Okay.
And does that all sound good to you?
Yeah, that sounds great.
And before I get going, is there anyone else who would benefit from being here today?
For today, we're good. I would say anything moving forward, we have to involve my boss, Alex.
Okay, but he's not around today?
He's not around today, and he knows we're having this meeting, but just more informational. So if I think that it might be something that'll help us, and he'd like to take the next step.
All right, awesome. So then might as well get started with us.
Great.
So I know at Franklin Savings Bank, you guys always have a business objective to cut costs, and that's what's keeping you guys thriving through constant economies. But I was just wondering, for you as an IT administrator, what's truly important to you?
Excuse me.
No problem.
Well, the biggest thing for us is absolutely cost.
Cost.
That's huge.
Okay.
Again, like just reiterating what you already said, and I'm sure that Jeannie kind of talked to you about that a little bit. Aside from that, it's really management. That's important. We take a lot of time here.
Okay.
We've got a small team, and we're growing.
Okay.
We just opened our second branch, and
Oh, you did open it?
We
yeah,
did,
I know it was in the
yeah.
progress, but I didn't know.
yeah, we just opened it. So
That's awesome.
just opened it in Hopkinton. We have plans to expand regionally. So
Nice.
with that
Awesome.
comes a lot more time constraints and time challenges on
Yep.
us with managing data growth. So yeah, I work a lot of overtime. I'm out on a lot of weekend stuff, which isn't really fun. So
Yeah.
all things that are top of mind for us.
Okay, so you kind of elaborated for me when you said management. You're saying managing data growth that's constantly expanding. And you said something about cost. Could you elaborate a little more on that for me?
Yeah, I think that the biggest thing for us is that it's a corporate, or I should say a company-wide initiative that, we spend smart and don't spend a lot,
Okay.
So we only really spend where we have to.
Okay.
Right now, we're buying servers as we need them to
Yep.
accommodate for growth, and they're pretty cheap up front, and that's really how we've been proactive in trying to only spend the money that we need to, from an IT standpoint.
Okay.
But moving forward, it is a concern of mine that I don't think that it's going to be cost effective,
Yeah.
and I don't think we're going to be able to manage that.
Okay.
So they kind of go hand in hand, I guess, a little bit.
Yeah, it all makes sense. I've heard that a lot from other businesses like you guys. So, just another question for you. In regards to your current system, I was wondering, in regards to your current budget, based on your current system, how much do you spend on maintaining your system versus innovation?
It's a good question. I wouldn't know the specifics, to be honest with you. That'd be probably more Alex's wheelhouse, to be honest. But like I said, we buy servers when we need them, so we have a little wiggle room for that kind of acquisition cost. But we do spend quite a bit on maintaining, I'd say. It's a lot of what we focus on.
Would you say maybe in the 90% range, maybe around there?
Maybe not that much. Maybe like 70.
70?
Sure.
Okay, that's good. It's actually the industry average, so you guys are right on point with that, so that's
There
good.
you go.
And in regards to your current system, could you rate it on a scale of 1 to 10 for me? In regards to data storage?
Yeah, sure. I would say maybe like a 6 or a 7.
6 or a 7, really?
Yeah.
And what 2 things would make that a 10 for you?
2 things. Freeing up time,
Freeing up time.
giving us more time and less complexity around management.
Okay.
And a more scalable solution to help us take us into the future. To
Okay.
help us to accommodate for the growth we're experiencing.
Yeah, with those new banks opening up. and all that.
Exactly. Yep.
Yeah, so it all sounds good. So from what I've uncovered from you today and what we've talked about, it sounds like really you like to have more time for yourself to do other things, not have to be here on weekends anymore. And also you're saying a less complex system and something scalable. So
Absolutely.
out of those, what would you say is most important to you?
I mean, they're all important.
Yeah.
For me personally, it's a lot of time. You know, I just dump a lot of time into this place, and I love it here. You know, I really do, and I have a passion for the company, and a passion for our customers. But at the same time, you know, you got to find a balance. So anything that's going to make my life a little bit easier, and you know, I just don't want to be nervous about the future.
Yeah,
so I want to be set up. We don't have a plan. We don't have a roadmap, and that's something that we need to establish.
Okay, well that all sounds good. And when you say freeing up time, and when you're using that time in your business that's really bothering you and not letting you do the things you want, what are you spending that time actually doing that's bothering your personal time?
A lot of it's around maintenance, you know,
Maintenance.
whether it's routine or unexpected.
Okay.
So, you know, a lot of times we have to do routine maintenance just to make sure that everything, you know, our components are up to date, our software is up to date. And we want to make sure we're doing that off hours because we don't want to impact our customers.
Yeah.
You know, we don't want to take things down and not allow them to access our website and things like that.
Of course.
And then some of it's unscheduled downtime and maintenance. You know, hard drives fail, it happens. So again, we want to be able to do that as quick as possible. And if it's in the middle of the night, we're not going to wait till the morning because that's when our customers need to access it. So, you know, it's a blend of things, I guess.
Okay. So, based on what we've uncovered today, I believe I do have a truly beneficial solution that could help your guys' business tremendously, especially with the expansion and keeping up your free time. So, I was wondering if you'd just be interested in hearing a product that will be able to free up that time for you, that'll be less complex to manage. I was wondering if you'd be interested in maybe hearing about that.
Sure. Absolutely.
And before I get going, I want to make sure, do you kind of grasp who EMC is as a company?
Yeah, I know EMC. You know, our team is pretty familiar. For me in the area mostly. You know, I do know EMC to be a big company that deals with other big companies, you know, the Bank of Americas of the world instead of Franklin Credit. So that's a concern. I think that's always been my conception. And I'm afraid of a complex solution. I don't know if there's anything really in the wheelhouse of a business like ours.
Well, yeah, I've heard a lot about other companies saying that when I've gone to meet with them. And one thing I can show you is that EMC did start as in 1979, and we do employ 60,000 people, so we are a large company, like you said, but we didn't start that way. We had to start from a small business perspective and work with small businesses to work up to the larger businesses that we now do handle. And we still do specialize in small and medium businesses. So just to alleviate your concern a little bit, I do work if you actually specialize in small and medium businesses for EMC, so just to help you alleviate some of that.
All right, interesting.
Now, I would like to just show you some of our products. So you say less complex, it's have a lot of trouble looking at the data and like fixing problems. So here's what is our Unisphere. We call it management through a single pane of glass. And what it'll help you do is navigate through all your common tasks very easily. So if you ever have a problem with data, the server going down or losing data or anything, it'll all say it right on this screen for you, and it's all at the one touch of a screen. So what that can really do, and you guys are very focused on cutting costs, well, you guys currently have 3 IT people, right?
Yeah.
Is that correct? Well, those 3 talented IT people, you can actually reallocate them to a different part of your business that might be struggling a little more. So we can use those resources, and maybe that'll help cut your IT budget, which allows you to put more focus on innovation. And for you said freeing up time and we just want to less complex. You said for freeing up time, well, this data server, when the servers start to shut down inside the storage array, what happens is there's 12 drives that are spinning inside of there. And when one of them starts to die or it'll fade, the data is automatically transferred over to another one of the drives. And that allows no human intervention and it allows no interruption to your business. So those weekends where you were busy trying to fix your servers overnight, well, this will do it all for you.
It's very interesting.
Does that alleviate some of your concerns and make sense to you?
Yeah, definitely. No, it makes sense. It looks pretty straightforward. Sure.
Yeah. Well, I thought today went pretty well, and what really matters to me is how you feel about everything. So I was just wondering if you have any outstanding concerns.
You know, no, not from my perspective. You know, like I said, of course, Alex is really going to be the guy you need to talk to.
Yeah.
You know, he's the guy. So if you want to, if you're interested in reaching out to him, that'd probably be your best next step as far as who to meet with next.
Okay, well, I can bring in one of my IT guys to next time we meet to get into more technical details with him, which I'm sure Alex would like in the actual pricing proposal. So if we could maybe meet next Friday at 10 and we can go over some of that stuff with Alex and you can bring this to him and we can go from there.
Sure. I'll bring it to him and see if he's available.
All right,
sure.
awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.